practice they get better. Every scrimmage they get a little better, and they played pretty well on Friday night. You know, they were outmatched a little bit sometimes size-wise. I thought Central had some great size, and they had some really good defensive linemen. But they fought, they hung in there. They gave Riley enough time, and with Riley's quick release, it's hard to get a touch on him. Did not allow a sack, so we're happy about that. And they just keep getting better. You know, we get Kevin DiNicola back this week, and he'll see some action this week as well. I mean, that's a kid, another sophomore who's got to play for us.
Now, we know each week you and your full staff are watching film based on the team that's coming up, and your game plan is going to be based specifically on the team you're going to play. But does your coaching routine change at all when you're facing a juggernaut like the defending champion Greenwich Cardinals?
No, not at all. I think the one thing you want to have as a staff is consistency, and you want the kids to be in a routine, and that's what we did this week. They know who we're playing. Now, to be honest with you, the intensity has been ratcheted up quite a bit in practice, and they understand the importance of this game and the importance of a game like this to our football program. So, do we change the routine, Jeff? Not at all, but they understand who we're playing.
Coach, thanks for joining us. We know you have to get out on the field for kickoff. We'll talk to you next week when the Eagles take on Trinity.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
A lot of anxiety, but it's a good anxiety. It's a nervous excitement. These kids are ready. They've been preparing for this all week. Everybody's been talking about it. This game itself, it might not be a marquee matchup, but people are talking about it. Anything can happen. When I was a senior, we played Darien. We were in the same spot. They were the number one team in the state. We were just a 2-1 team coming in, 1-2 team coming in. And we came in and upset them. Anything can happen. It decide who's going to show up and play today.
What kind of impact does this have on a school community? We see all the black and gold in the stands. What kind of impact does this have? Not just the football team, but the entire community as a whole.
It has a huge impact, man. Last week's win was huge. You're going to attract more people. Greenwich, huge high school. Trumbull High, huge high school. You're going to have a lot of fans here. This is going to get real loud. Not as loud as St. Joe's Trumbull, but it's going to get loud. It's going to get big. It's, two of the top 5 biggest high schools in the state right now, and this is what it's all about.
Yeah, and before kickoff, we do want to mention we are on video tonight. You can watch it. Where did you post it, Jeff? I believe on the...
And Greenwich takes the kick there, and it looks like we have... Ray Leonzi on the return. Yep, we do. Ray Leonzi on the return there. He takes it from the 10 down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. And the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 as we get to see this new revamped offense that we saw last week. Riley threw 5 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. Unbelievable showing. This offensive line, they looked great. Young, great. They got a couple veterans out there. We talked about this last week. I'm excited to see how they got this defensive line and defensive set from Greenwich is really going to put them to the test tonight.
Yeah, and you said it. I mean, it's Bridgeport Central, but it was a really good game for them to start off the season, the kind of game you want to start the season with. Question now is, how do they do against the best team in the state? Wow.
Greenwich offside,
looks like we got a false start there. Malik jumped, but it looks like it's going to be against Greenwich first. It is. He drew the, That's a great start for Trumbull right there. It's a huge confidence boost. It's a great way to start a game there. I like it. Eagles will have 1st and 5 now from their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, that's huge to make the state champion make the mistake first.
And he quick dump pass off to Malik there, and Malik is in his first game returning. He wasn't in last week. Not sure why. It was a healthy scratch, I believe. But Yeah, he looks good. Doesn't look like he missed a beat. I'm
No.
excited to see what he's got tonight.
I will tell you, it's a very good sign that on the first play from scrimmage, he gets the toss out. Means that tonight, Greenwich is going to have to shut him down if they want to win this
It's going
football
to be a
game.
new look for him, too. They don't have much film on him since last week. They went with a mixture of running backs back there, but they got 2nd and 1 for the Eagles now from their own 33. As Riley drops back the pass, and he completes it over the middle to Atherton. What a pass. Beautiful, beautiful catch by Atherton. And that'll get them into Greenwich territory. Offensive line did a phenomenal job there. Riley had all the time in the world.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's a heck of a way to start off a game against the team that won the state championship last year. Trumbull has all the belief in the world that they can win this game.
That's all it takes. All it takes is heart, man. That's all you got to do. They're the underdog. Everybody's against them. All right, it's them against themselves tonight. That's what it's going to be. And they got 1st and 10 from Greenwich territory now on the Greenwich 44. They line up in a 4-man pass set, running back in the back there. And we got it. Flags on the play. It looks like it's going to be a false start on the Eagles' offense here. But like I said, they're playing against themselves tonight, man. Everything, every little mistake, including those little offsides penalties. A great start there, but, now they take a little jump back. Now they got to get back into their groove.
Trumbull's not beating themselves, I'll tell you that. Watching these first few plays, they're not going to beat themselves. Greenwich has to come in, play their football game. Obviously, Greenwich has the ability to beat them, but Trumbull is not just lying over and losing this game.
And Riley passes there. Quick pass broken up by number 27.
Nice play and good defense.
Yeah, phenomenal defense by number 27, Jack Cook.
2nd down and 15.
Cook, the inside corner there, made the play. And he'll drop back to safety now. Trumbull needs to regroup here. They got 2nd and 15 from the Greenwich 49-yard line. Another great play from Riley to Atherton.
Eagles pass complete. Once again, the number 15,
Riley looks like he hasn't missed a beat so far.
No, not at all. Little shaky before. That'll bring up 3rd and about 5. They gained about 10 there.
From the, 40?
Yeah, it looks like the 38-yard line of the Greenwich territory. Eagles need a big play here. They do have a leg. I hear Illy out in practice was kicking them about a little more than 40. So that that's good news for them. That's a huge X factor. This
Especially in a not just in this game, as a flag is thrown, actually 2, a false start, and it goes against the Golden Eagle, or the Eagles. But yeah, it's very important, not just in this game, but in any high school football game. Your kicker has to be on point. He's got to be going and taking chances. If you can have a reliable high school football kicker, you've already got a leg up on the rest of the field.
Yeah, 100%. 2 back-to-back false starts, though, here for this offensive line. They got to get it. They got to regroup. It is a nervous feeling, though. They are playing a very, very good team. This is what I mean when they got to they can't beat themselves here. He drops back to pass, and he's got a wide open number 1. Ray Leonzi, he's going to make the catch. He's going to gain his yards back and a few more. That'll bring up 4th and short. Looks like it'll be about 4th and 4 for the Eagles.
Yeah, and at the same time, we're talking about those kickers. If you can make yourself a kicker and make yourself a kicker that can hit it from 30,
we got
35 yards out, you become more valuable to that team, and you get a better chance at starting.
But Coach P is not looking to go into that early as he lines up to go for it on 4th and 5.
A little too far from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, just a bit. That would have been about a 50-something yard field goal.
We did see one of those last week.
It
Set a
looks like they
Connecticut
tried
high
to
school
draw him
record.
off sides, and Riley takes it, and it's going to be sacked in the backfield for a loss of 1 and turnover on downs for the Eagles. Now you get to see this Eagles defense go against a returning A.J. Barber, who's only a junior,
Everybody knows who AJ is. His father was Tiki. He made a tremendous play in the state championship, one-handed grab to throw for a touchdown. But I have confidence after seeing this defense last week. I think they made some fixes in the passing game for this D, and they have Malik back. So we'll get to see what Malik has to offer to this defense now too. As Greenwich takes it outside for the first one, couple missed tackles, and he's going to be caught.
Swarming D, very nice play by
That
Trumbull.
was a phenomenal job. They had 7 heads to the ball there. That's what I love to see. They're going to get no gain on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals from their own 41.
I'll tell you what, that was a very good opening possession for Trumbull offensively, and now their defense needs to just keep the momentum going.
Oh, fumble on the play by the quarterback.
Picks
and
it up.
He breaks loose, but he's going to scramble away for a quick gain of 4 there.
And it's
and
going
there's
back.
a fumble on the play. Ref signal, it was recovered by Greenwich. They'll get a gain of 3 on that after the fumble. He loses a yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Cardinals. From
Big
their
play here.
own 46-yard. Or no, 44-yard line. Greenwich territory here.
3 and out would be nice. That'd be huge.
Huge play. The defense, get this offensive line to regroup here. They had a great start. As the Greenwich quarterback drops back to pass, and
He
it's
got
gonna
him.
be.
Dropped it.
Oh no, he caught it.
He caught
It's
it,
a
but he's
great
short.
great catch by number 11, Mason Muir.
They're going to go for it?
And no, they're going to go to punt.
Good.
Mason Muir
They're
is
still in their own territory here. You're going to see a much differently coached game here. This is in Central. They have a kicker. They have a long snapper. You're going to see Trumbull's going to have more opportunities from their own territory now, which, it hurts them a little bit more. But, at least they get to test out Ray in the back, and we get to see what Ray has to offer and what this punt, these special teams have to offer as well.
Great start for these young players on Trumbull.
We got
Great start.
4th and 4 here for the Greenwich Cardinals from their own 47.
Nice punt.
Beautiful punt. And
Let
he
it go.
calls fire there.
End zone.
He's going to get a roll. And the Eagles are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. And we'll be back after this commercial break.
The Trumbull Touchdown Club is the nonprofit booster club that supports and enhances all levels of the Trumbull High School football program. Current football families and alumni are encouraged and invited to join, get involved, and support the team. Membership starts at just $60 per year. Contact the Eagles at administrator@trumbullfootball.com for more information. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. All membership fees and donations are tax deductible.
What a start.
And we're back, folks. Trumbull's going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 13 as Riley comes back, and they got the 4 receivers set now. As Riley drops back to pass, plenty of time. He goes right back to Kyle Atherton. That seems to be his favorite receiver
Good effort.
tonight.
Great effort.
Beautiful effort by Atherton. You're very, very right there, Rich. That'll bring up a 2nd and about 2 there. And we're moving the chains. That was enough for a first. He got a 10-yard gain there for Atherton. And it'll bring up 1st and 10.
They dug themselves right out.
That was great.
Beautiful.
Phenomenal job there. And that'll bring up 1st and 10. He got to the 24, so they'll take over from their 24-yard line. Back to the 4 receivers set.
There you go. Now they want to put some points on the board. They had their opening drive. Now it's time to score.
And
nice
breaks
play.
free. Plenty of downfield blocking. Beautiful job. Now, what I noticed there that they said that they were going to be getting into is Greenwich was going to be loading the box. Trumbull only has 5 blockers in that set, especially when Malik drops out. So that brings us 7 on 5.
Riley did a really good
job. There you guys saw it. Malik had it wide open, and he got all the way down for a 20-yard gain. Phenomenal job by the O-line to get back downfield, and the receivers. Eagles have 1st and 10 from their own 44.
Yeah.
And Riley's going to keep it himself.
Nice
and he
play.
breaks a
Another
couple,
nice one.
And that gets him a nice gain of 4 there.
Quarterback play for the Eagles, number 3, Riley Simpson.
They're really mixing it up beautifully here.
These guys really look like a team tonight. This is what I was talking about. You can't beat yourselves. They look like brothers out there. They look like they've been doing this. They got a nice. You got a 2nd and 6 now for the Eagles. Phenomenal job there. Coach Petracio's got some tricks up his sleeve that I think that he didn't break out last week because he knew that he can keep it in his arsenal for this week. And Malik takes the handoff, and he
Nice run.
is a shifty man. That kid can move.
Almost the first down on
Yeah,
that.
he gains another. That's another solid gain of 4 there. That'll bring up 3rd and about 2 yards for the Eagles. And into Greenwich territory they are from the Greenwich 48-yard line. This is a huge play right now. If they can get another first down, really sets the tone for this game. Greenwich has a first-time head coach, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, he went off to Arizona, an emotional goodbye and a timeout, our emotional goodbye, as we set it to break here in the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Hi, this is Mars Petraccio, the head football coach for the Trumbull High Eagles, and you're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Visit Paramenis Dental Group at our new state-of-the-art office at 105 Technology Drive right here in Trumbull, where we promote healthy teeth and gums for the whole family. Call Paramenis Dental at 203-459-8990 and visit us online at paramenisdentalgroup.com.
Hey, he flinched.
All right, and we're back, folks. We're still in this timeout here. Mars grouping his guys together, letting them know, they got to get this. This could really set the tone for the game if they can get this first down here. Maybe some big yards. He's got to play. He's got some tricks up his sleeve here. I'm really, really excited to see this offense break out. Last week was a little bit easy with Central, the lapse in defenses. You're not.
Positive that was being able to establish so many receivers.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Greenwich is going to have to respect Quinn. I'm waiting to see Quinn go deep. I want to see him break out here, as well as Ray Leonzi. These guys really put in the work. I want to see them go it. And we got 3rd and 2 as Riley drops back. He is smothered in the backfield.
And number 82.
Quarterback sack for the Cardinals, number 82.
And that's going to be a loss of about 8 on the play. And it's going to be 4th and, it's going to be longer than that. It looks like it was loss of 10 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 13. And the Eagles are going to punt for the first time tonight. Not something we saw very often last week. I think they only punted twice last week, I believe, right?
Yeah, the offense kept moving Riley just shy of 300 yards.
Eagles on the 41-yard line.
We got Teixeira back to punt for the Eagles. And number 28, Spencer
Offside.
Hartley to return for the Cardinals.
Start penalty against the Eagles.
Defense drew him off.
And that's going to back them up another 5. It's going to be 4th and 18 for the Eagles. Little bit of a deeper punt that hurts Teixeira there because now he loses another 5. Oh, and he just gets it off. Hartley goes back, gets a nice roll. They're going to have to touch it.
Pretty good.
And
Pretty
the Eagles, Teixeira got him out of a hole there. They dump it there.
At the Cardinals' 36-yard line.
Cardinals
Not
are going to
bad.
take over 1st and 10 from their own 36. Now let's see what this defense has. Looks like it's going to be a defensive game. Just from the start, from what we see so far. It's going to be tough to score points here. This isn't,
But Trumbull is absolutely holding their own here.
Trumbull isn't Danbury, and Greenwich is definitely not Central.
Yep.
Although I did watch some film from the Greenwich Danbury game, and they moved the ball quite well. They just couldn't seem to get it in the end zone. I was kind of shocked at the final score that I noticed. And Greenwich breaks free here, number 28, Spencer Hartley.
Cardinals carry number 28, Spencer Hartley.
I'll tell you, this is not the same Trumbull team that we saw
Number 21, Malik Green.
in that scrimmage against Massac. I know Jeff and I were calling that game. This is not the same Trumbull team from that game. This is not the team that's throwing interceptions and giving the ball up easily. You really have to stop them in order, which the Cardinals have. You really have to stop them.
And they go back to Hartley again, and he's down for no gain. And they're going to mark it back a yard. He loses a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. So after a huge gain by Hartley, he loses a yard, but he also comes off the field. It looks like he's injured. He got up very slow, and the trainers walked him off the field there after he got to the sidelines. They're going to go to a new running back now, and they're going to line up in a 3 wide receiver set with the tight end. And they're going to give the ball to number 30, Hunter Clark, also a junior running back, and he's going to get a huge gain. And that'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. The Eagles are really going to have to step it up here. They're going to have to make an adjustment to this run game. They're going to. Looks like Greenwich is set with the outside run here. Trumbull's been keeping it clean on the inside, and they go back outside again, and Trumbull gives up another big gain.
Number 30, Hunter Clark.
Looks like they're going to place it on the Eagles' 14. They're going to place it on the Eagles' 14. It's going to be 2nd and very short. Looks like about a yard, maybe a little bit less for the Cardinals. Eagles need a big stop here. They can't let them get into the end zone this early. And he's going to walk in with ease. That's Hunter Clark, the backup running back, in for a Cardinals touchdown.
Hunter Clark.
So the Cardinals are the first ones on the board tonight. Just 10 minutes into this game.
On for the extra point for the Cardinals.
And the Eagles are going to need a strong answer here. As number 99, Ben Howarth, goes back to kick. And it's good. That'll bring us to 7-0 and off to a kickoff, and we are on commercial.
Hi, this is Principal Rickert, principal of Hillcrest Middle School, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Sponsors, Jason Overhand, DDS Family Dentistry. Dr. Overhand specializes in
ACBI is the largest privately held insurance broker in Connecticut, specializing in personal and commercial insurance. Contact Sean Rabinowitz today at 203-418-4192 or visit him online at acbi-ins.com.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. That means it could be you, your best man, your worst man. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
All right, and we are back to Trumbull High football as these teams get ready set for kickoff, and Greenwich leads the home Eagles 7-0 with just 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Trumbull's going to need a strong answer here. It looks as if the offense is set together. They look like they're ready to go. I have no doubt in these kids' mind that they're coming out hungry this drive.
I think they have some confidence. They know they can move the ball.
They do know they can move the ball. This team is beatable. As we can see, everybody's human. And it looks like Leonzi's going to take that out to about the Eagle 22, 21-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 22-yard line. First down and 10 for the Eagles.
Marcy's got these boys huddled up before they start this drive here as the ref is calling them in. telling them to get ready. These boys are ready to go. They're ready to go to war. You can give him a minute. God's sake, he got taken out last week. Give the guy a minute. As these boys set up to go, Riley goes back out in that 4-receiver set from his own 21, 22-yard line. And he's going to drop back for that quick pass again. He's going to go push it out to Ray Leonzi, who's got wheels on him. Only a gain of a few there, though. But if you let Ray get out into open space, it's going to be tough to catch him. As that goes for Malik as well, I'm not sure how is Atherton's speed and some of these other guys. I've never really seen him go. I've seen Ray. Yeah. Okay. And they're going to set up here for 2nd and 5 from their own 28-yard line. And Riley doesn't have the pass there, so he takes off himself, and he's going to get swallowed up in the backfield. They're going to lose about 3 yards on that. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 for the Eagles, 3rd and 6. They really got to get it moving here. This defense is beatable. They leave spots open. They need to go back to what they were in the groove within the first drive. That first drive looked phenomenal. They had, very well. They're playing low. The linebackers are playing very low, and I think that if he goes back to these slant passes, these guys, oh gosh, he was going to go right back to it again. But it's going to be a false start on Atherton as he jumped.
False start penalty against the
You don't want field position to become a big factor here.
Which is what we're going down to. They can't see that. This is one thing I said before. I'll repeat it all day. They can't beat themselves, which is what they're doing right now. That's 3 offsides penalties for these boys. They really need to get back to being disciplined. That's what it's going to come down to, discipline. And that's an offsides. There you go, right back right back to Greenwich. That's not bad. Not bad. That's not bad. Not terrible. No, not at all. And another thing I noticed was in the Danbury-Greenwich game, if these boys can stay disciplined enough, they can draw these kids offsides all game. These guys had like 7 or 8 offsides penalties throughout that game, and they beat Danbury 42-6 or 42-3, whatever it was. They crushed them. But Danbury had them offsides multiple times.
Hi, this is Mike King, Director of Athletics for the Trumbull Public Schools, and you are listening to the Trumbull Eagles Network, number 10.
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an extreme flash flood.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Talk to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. Get started today at ready.gov/plan. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Me? Text and whatever, just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And we're back. It looks like that it brought us to the end of the quarter there. I couldn't see the clock from here, but the Eagles are going to switch sides of the field. Like I said, going off what I said before, it's all about discipline. These guys can play with Greenwich.
And play resumes in the second
They wake up at 6:30 every morning.
Eagles.
They all get dressed. They go to school. They go to the same classes. They go to football practice. Nothing is different. They're all.
We asked that to Coach P just before the game. I said, does your routine change? He said,
No, these are 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old boys. They all do the same thing.
Oh, nice pass by Riley. Drop.
That was intended
Good
for number
defense.
17, Ryan Quinn, his first attempt of the game.
Play by the Cardinals, number 4, Jason Gussis.
And that's going to bring Teixeira out to punt. And Hartley is still out, so that's going to bring in a new returner, Jake Shredders. And Teixeira's punt is high and pretty deep.
Good.
And he gets a nice roll. And they got it. They got it down. Right before it took the wrong roll, they got it down. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Cardinals from their own 38. And the Eagles' defense is really going to have to recoup here. They're going to have to stop that run. They seem to have the pass down, which is phenomenal because that is what Greenwich lived off of last year. They lived off of the pass offense. But they are utilizing this run, and they really need to make some stops.
Yeah, and they're giving up too much ground on those running plays right now.
Greenwich does not have their starting running back out there. They have their backup in, so Trumbull really needs to take advantage of this. Not putting down the second running back because he is phenomenal so far, but they're going to go back to a misdirection to this kid. He's much bigger than Hartley.
Cardinals carry number 30, Hunter Clark.
Clark is another 2 inches bigger than Hartley and about
number 63,
and almost another 20 pounds heavier.
Looks like an 8-yard gain.
2nd down and 2 for the Cardinals.
From the...
So they got a bull back there.
46.
Trumbull really needs to take advantage as Hunter took another 7-yard gain there, and Hunter takes the ball again. As he is one tough guy to tackle. Hunter Clark.
He's looking really good.
He has another gain of about 10 there.
The Cardinals.
Really tough for these Eagles. This D-line needs to strap it down and clog up those holes because he keeps bouncing it outside. Somebody's got to stay home.
We have some kind
here.
of a penalty here.
We got a holding.
Nice. That helped.
Oh, that's great. That should be, that Trumbull needs to take advantage of that holding penalty now, as that's going to bring them back to 2nd and 11.
They can get the momentum back if they can shut them down here.
And they go back to Hunter Clark again.
They stop him.
But
Swarming
they stopped
D.
him. Phenomenal
Beautiful
job by that defense for a short gain of maybe 2. And they
Stop for a short game.
Oh, what's the score to that game? That was a very highly anticipated game. What was it? Did you get a score on that, or? Okay.
2 powerhouse teams.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge game as Darienne's trying to bounce back from a low-end year last year. They were 4-time defending state champs, and they did not make
low
it
by
in.
Darienne's standards is a 6 seed in the playoffs and losing in the opening round.
Penalty here.
And we're going to have a false start on the offense. That's a phenomenal job by the Trumbull D's. They stay disciplined.
Very good.
That's going to be tonight's key word, discipline, for the Trumbull Eagles.
They're digging themselves out here. Really nice.
The farther they drive them back, the
Trumble's
harder.
digging their own hole here.
Now,
Greenwich is.
Now Trumbull needs to watch out for this deep pass to Barber, or any of the Greenwich wide receivers for that fact. But definitely look, Ray Leonzi's got his work cut out for him against AJ.
Got to watch out for the run, too, though, here.
Yeah, absolutely. The number 30, Hunter Clark, has been phenomenal.
He's been killing it.
He can easily put up a 15-yard gain and get them that first down. And Greenwich is going to go out to, and Hunter Clark, he gets the swing pass, and he's going to get a gain of...
Short, I hope.
He's going to come up short. I believe he's going to come up short. He is. He's 2 yards short. But Greenwich has been moving the ball so well, I can't see them not going for it here.
At the 47-yard line.
So 1 pass attempt for Greenwich tonight, and it goes a swing pass right back to the running back. But it looks like they're going to punt the ball. Leonzi back to receive.
Number 21, Quentin Fox.
And back to punt, number 21, Quentin Fox. They got to watch out for a fake here. Do not jump off sides. Like I said, discipline here for these boys. And they go direct snap to the middle to number 5.
First down.
Vincent Cece.
For Greenwich.
And a huge gain off the fake punt.
Tackled by the Eagles, number 21.
Not gonna lie, I kind of saw that coming there. I thought it was a little fishy for them to want to go for it with 4th and 1, and their average gain of yards right now is like plus 12. Yeah, they got over They got over into their territory, and that's going to be in Trumbull 38. And a first down and 10 for those Cardinals.
Trumbull needs a big stop here.
Definitely, but now with the Trumbull D still has to watch this pass. They're going to go run, and we got another delay of game on the Cardinals offense.
It helps.
As they bring out number 30, Clark goes back out there. And they love this tight end set. 3 receiver tight end set. It's different, not something you see very often much in high school football anymore. And they're gonna go deep here, and incomplete. He slipped and fell. Number 11, Mason Muir. But I'm not gonna lie, he was tightly covered there. He was double covered by number 22. Billy Colbert and number 13, Nolan Shea. I didn't see that being completed either way. Nonetheless, that'll be 2nd and 15 as they went back. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 from the Eagle 48, and they go back to the run to Hunter, and he gains a few. He's been nothing short of impressive for number 2 RB. Phenomenal job. They don't even have to worry about this running back coming back at this point. Phenomenal.
Big down here. Big down for Trumbull.
3rd and 12 for the Eagles from their own 40.
They need to stop him here.
This is going to be big as they look.
Long pass.
He drops back to pass. And
penalty.
And he's
Tripped him.
That wasn't even catchable.
They're going to call it pass interference on that, which is too bad. They got tangled up.
That's tough. That was
pass was way long.
Pass interference penalty against the Eagles.
That was about 10 yards out of reach of the receiver. I don't know how you're going to make that call there. That pass was intended for Muir as well, from number 7, James Ranello, who's got a cannon on him. Now they don't do spot foul in high school football. No. Okay, so yeah, it's only going to be a 15-yard from the line of scrimmage, so it won't kill Trumbull too bad because that was deep in their territory. And they're going to go pass back to Barbers. Ranello launches that over Barber's head.
That was a big miss.
2nd down and 10.
Back to that pass interference. They would have stopped him there. That would have been a big ego boost, momentum builder, something to gain on.
Absolutely. And then, not to mention, they would have had phenomenal field position.
Yeah.
From their own 40. Yeah. And Greenwich is going to go back to the pass again and across the middle.
Need to stop him.
And they got to stop.
They got him. Beautiful. Really nice play.
Phenomenal job by number 32, Jake Peterson.
Number 7, James Ranello.
Yep.
That was a great job by Peterson, the sophomore. Phenomenal job. He got him for a loss of 2 there.
Receiver tried to break free, couldn't do it.
I honestly thought if he was going to break free there, he would have fumbled because he did not have that ball set. It was a great job by Peterson to finish that tackle.
Somebody moved.
And they're going to go back, and they got a wide open number 18. Matthew Pilk. 6'3", 200-pound senior receiver.
Close to the goal line.
That's a big body right there. You can't miss him. Ranello hits him on the fly.
That was a nice pass.
First down and goal.
And that's going to be that was a gain of about 15 yards there, and that's going to bring it to 1st and goal. And they're going to go back outside to number 2.
Around the end. Into the end zone.
Kobe Camizio. And he's going to score. With just 6:41 remaining in the second quarter. Out-of-town scoreboard, Stanford's up again, 7-6 after their big win last week. Yeah, phenomenal job. They're riding high right now in Stanford. They, horrible story though as to what they're fighting for, but phenomenal job nonetheless for those boys. And the kick is good for Greenwich. That'll bring us 14-0 for the visiting Cardinals with just 6:41 remaining in the half. And we are going to commercial.
Hi, this is Coach McRae. You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Sponsors, Gone Family Dentistry.
Tweet me, you see. We are the boy. It's painful concerts number 3. We are the boy band. We're 5 and 19. We are the boy band. Always singing on key.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
3, 2, 1. Oh no. Which button am I?
When every second counts, you can't wing it.
Guys, a little help up here?
In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So make a family home fire escape plan. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year so everyone knows what to do when they hear.
We're good. And we're back. It's number 99. Ben Howarth is back to kick, and number 1, Ray Leonzi deep. And number 6, Owen Solano. Ray Leonzi, though, with the return. And he gets a nice return there as he takes it from the 10 to the 30. Nice 20-yard gain there.
Really nice effort.
They haven't broken anything big yet, but in the last 2 games, I can say that I am impressed with the return game. 30-yard line is great starting field position for an offense. You don't see that very often. And the Eagles' offense is really going to have to put one together here and answer to this Greenwich offense. You got about 6.5 left. If you can get 7 on the board, this is a game. It's a game either way.
That is true.
But just to put 7 on the board right before this game starts, since Greenwich gets the ball back at half, that would be huge. And the offensive line, they're going to go back to a 3-receiver set, though, and a 2 running back. Nope, Leonzi, he goes out. He's going to go deep. And they hand the ball off to Malik.
Swarm.
And that
was
excessive.
Malik Green stopped in the play by the Cardinals number 6.
Read that pretty well.
They did a good job there, good D, but Malik got a gain of 2 on that. He's gonna get the forward progress. This offensive line, they are holding their own for a pretty big D line filled of all returners, and they're gonna load the box again. They're gonna load the box. Greenwich loads the box, and Riley shakes off that tackle, but they blow the call dead. No gain on the play, or loss of 2. So we'll go back to 3rd and 10. I think the Eagles should go. They need to go back to that slant game. It was wide open again.
3rd down and 10 for the Eagles.
When they load the box like that, they're leaving the middle wide open. Riley needs to see that.
Yeah, we need to make some yardage here.
They go back to this trip set again. And Riley goes back to pass, and he dumps one out to Malik, and Malik breaks one out. He's going to go for a few.
Decent gain.
Decent gain.
Got some pushing and shoving down there.
Tackled out of bounds by the Cardinals number 5, Vincent Cece.
And it's going to be 4th and 3. Yeah, and I don't know. I think Coach P is going to go for it.
4th down and 2 for the Eagles.
And nope. No, he brings the boys back. Teixeira's going to go out to punt.
That's a better move.
Now, does he try and pull a Greenwich here and go for the fake?
Not
or
gonna.
do you think they're going to look for it?
They're going to punt. They're going to punt.
Greenwich is loading the box again. And
Nice
Teixeira
punt.
puts a bomb out there.
Beautiful.
Fumble!
Got to bring him down.
And they got him. He lost about 12 yards on that fumble there. That's the new returner, Jake Shredders, with running back number 28, Spencer Hartley, out.
Really nice punt.
Great job by the Gunners there to make it down and make the play.
Special teams continues to play very well here.
Now, instead of the ball on their own 32, Greenwich is going to have a 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Much better situation for the Golden Eagles.
Absolutely, 100%. This helps out tremendously as time is ticking away here.
I don't know if they could get a takeaway.
Just about at the 4-minute mark. They have a 4-minute warning, correct? That's still a thing?
Nice defense.
And a great defensive stop there by the Eagles as they finally get some pressure.
Really.
Number 71.
Second on the play by the Eagles, number 71.
That's Owen McCukey, right? McCukey, that's how you say it?
They crushed the running back there. Really good D.
Second down and 13.
They call him fish sticks, I believe. Owen
Fish
McCukey, that's fish sticks, correct? Yeah. Listen, I got to watch that kid play some preseason ball, and he's an angry kid out on the field. I love it. It's the best way to play.
Just like fish sticks.
Pass
he just
play
had
there.
a phenomenal play there. And
reception by 11.
Great stop there. Only a gain of about 6 to number 11.
Tackle on the play by the Eagles,
Mason Muir, like I said, big body there.
A little more.
6'4", 180. Can't miss him.
A little more than 3 minutes left here.
They get a gain of about 8 on that play. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4 from their own 27-yard line.
Trumbull could get the ball back.
If Trumbull can make a huge stop here, but they go back to that running back, and they flush him outside again.
1st down.
And Hunter Clark gets that 1st down. He goes for a gain of about 8 on the play.
Stopped on the play by the Eagles, number 13, Nolan Shea.
Shea made the stop. Seems to me like he's making a lot of the stops deep in the backfield for this running back. And if the Eagles can find an answer to this running back problem, they could get back into the groove of things.
From the
'cause
35.
that seems to be their only source of
running play.
And they go
nice
back.
Stop.
They go with the end around there to number 30. Back to Clark again. As the offense comes out from under the 10, they're hoping they can get one more shot at this ball. They need the defense to make a stop here. The offense is ready. They looked like they were going to have it before. Coming up just short of the 1st. And a phenomenal play. And they go back to Hunter Clark again. And they make a nice stop. Great
Very
job
nice.
by the D-line there. Number 57, that's Matt Delaney.
Stopped on the play by the Eagles, number 12, Lawrence Giambello.
It seemed it's Clark. Clark has an excellent vision on this field. He has no room to run up the middle. But as soon as he bounces it outside, the middle's so clogged with players, there's only a few amount of players that can catch up on him. And these guys aren't that big. Clark is a big boy. And there
nice
they go
stop.
again. Phenomenal stop. He's caught up by number 32.
Good defensive series here by
Jake
Trumbull.
Peterson again. And number 89, Teixeira. That'll bring up 4th down for the Cardinals.
Stopped at the 44-yard line.
I think that they're a little deep. I'd like to see a punt here. I'd like to see the offense get another shot here. Ray Leonzi's hyping up his defense.
Less than a minute left, though.
He's getting these boys ready. They need a stop here. And Greenwich is going to go for it. Greenwich is going to go for it, but they're taking their time. They could get a delay of game here. The guy put his hand up. There's 5 seconds. And Greenwich takes a timeout.
Yeah.
They were running out of time. They were going to get the 5-yard penalty. Good call there. Phenomenal job by this defense to make a stop back in Greenwich territory.
They do that on purpose, and they're going to go deep, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go to a quick timeout.
Hi, this is Coach McFarland. You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
And we're back, folks, as we go quickly back into the game, and Greenwich is setting up the punt here. Now, to my knowledge, I didn't even see that the clock had been running, and it's down to 34 seconds with going into this half. Greenwich went with the fake punt last time. Huge gain. Let's see if they go with the little razzle-dazzle again. Leonzi's back deep. And
offside.
It's going to be offsides, I believe, on Greenwich.
If it is, that's huge because then it makes the fake that much harder.
We got a false start on Greenwich.
Penalty against the Cardinals.
From the looks of it, it wasn't going to be a fake, but now this definitely helps out Trumbull a little more. That's 5 more yards that they get up. And if Leonzi can get a return here, at least a good one, that gives them at least 2 or 3 shots down the field.
I think you could rule out the fake.
Yeah, definitely ruling out the fake, but this helps out Trumbull tremendously with field position. And if they can make a stop, or at least they could get a block, that would be. It's Teixeira gets in there, but Leonzi's going to get a fair catch.
Okay.
Fair catch called by Eagles number 1.
And he's going to. I think he took the fair catch because he wasn't going to make it. If he took the pop there, he was losing that ball.
From the 28?
But it looks like they're going to get it from their own 29, yeah. Yep, yeah, just about their 29. I'd like to see Riley go deep here. I know he can go deep. I've seen him throw some deep balls. He threw a couple to Quinn. These D-backs are very beatable. If the offensive line can hold it up, especially if they load the box, I'd like to see Riley be able to call an audible here and draw something up nice.
Really nice.
That's phenomenal. I love to hear those stats. It's just upsetting that they can't get any points on the board. This seemed to be the same problem that Danbury had last week against this Greenwich defense. But I feel like Trumbull's definitely been a little bit closer. Riley's going to take the ball himself, and he's not going to get anything on the play. Very shocked that they didn't go with the pass.
Should have passed.
I think Coach P is going to run the clock. I think he's going in.
Run the clock
down.
out. Run the half.
So I think Greenwich is the better team, but it is not a complete blowout.
No, absolutely not. Not like the last couple of years it's been. The last time we beat Greenwich was 2010, I believe. Yeah, 2010. I was a sophomore. That was the last time we beat Greenwich. And ever since, the games have never really been close. Trumbull beat them in a very, it was a downpour game. Freezing cold temperature. No. It was 2010. Yeah. That's what it was. 2010. Ian Milne, Phil Terrio, Will Testani, Brian Gallo. That's where he came out and he made his giant leap at quarterback. He ended up taking over main quarterback duties. So we ran the 2 QB set that year. But they came out. It was very familiar to this game, except weather conditions were a little bit different. But this is the best I've seen Trumbull High School play Greenwich to their potential. But do not, Definitely. I agree. Greenwich is the better team, but do not count out Trumbull. Coach Petrasio, he's got something up his sleeve. These boys aren't going to fold over. They're ready. They came ready to play. They're going to finish. Yeah.
I mean, they're right in there with a couple of the long plays that Greenwich made, or a couple of mistakes that Trumbull made. Trumbull would be right there.
And this is one penalty away from a 7-0 game.
Exactly.
The game, without that pass interference down on the 10-yard line.
And that was questionable.
Yeah, like I said, questionable call. That's a game changer right there.
Yeah.
Halftime. All right.
Hi, this is Coach McFarland. You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that after 75 years, Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when it's dry or windy. Be careful burning yard waste, because wildfires can even start in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hey y'all, Jeff Foxworthy here. Now, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing over and over for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's why I'm filling in for Smokey to switch things up, because there's a lot more to say. And I should know because my grandfather was a firefighter. And one of the things he taught me is that the people that love the outdoors the most are often the ones accidentally starting wildfires, which means always BYOB. No, bring your own bucket to the campfire. And be extra careful with things like burning yard trimmings. Don't just walk away, or chances are you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
And fans now joining us, Trumbull High School Golden Eagle Marching Band proudly presents the 2019 program, Toxic. The show opening with the aggressive harmonic tones of Gavin Greenway's Chaos. Trumbull High School sets the stage.
For those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council. ACBI is the largest privately held insurance broker in Connecticut, specializing in personal and commercial insurance. Contact Sean Rabinowitz today at 203-418-4192 or visit him online at acbi-ins.com. Visit Paramenis Dental Group at our new state-of-the-art office at 105 Technology Drive right here in Trumbull, where we promote healthy teeth and gums for the whole family. Call Paramenis Dental at 203-459-8990 and visit us online at paramenisdentalgroup.com. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is the nonprofit booster club that supports and enhances all levels of the Trumbull High School football program. Current football families and alumni are encouraged and invited to join, get involved, and support the team. Membership starts at just $60 per year. Contact the Eagles at administrator@trumbullfootball.com for more information. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. All membership fees and donations are tax deductible.
Your daughter doesn't want to talk about why her room is a horrible mess. Your son doesn't want to talk about why he's wearing mismatching socks. Your spouse doesn't want to talk about their bad haircut. Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk to plan for an emergency. Pack basic supplies in a go bag: water, canned food, flashlights, batteries, medical supplies, IDs, and some cash. Talk about where you'll meet in case you lose one another. And of course, don't forget to pack the dog treats. Talk to your family and make an emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 to make your family's emergency plan. Brought to you by New York City Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone?
Do flowers have best friends?
I don't know. Hey, look.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an extreme flash flood.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Talk to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. Get started today at ready.gov/plan. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
What? No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait, communicate. Visit ct.gov/DESPP. Brought to you by Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Back at McDougal Stadium, we want to try to get the Trumbull High School Golden Eagle Marching Band. You can enjoy their sound. They're on the field. Similar to last week. Formation here. Let's see the color. Last one was marching band actually has been worked. He's been here for
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey Kevin, thinking about saving for retirement?
Yeah, but how do I start?
It's easy with Avo, a retirement coach. Let's learn the Avo bet. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
Huh, change up my strategy. Okay.
O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Visit Parametis Dental Group at our new state-of-the-art office at 105 Technology Drive right here in Trumbull, where we promote healthy teeth and gums for the whole family. Call Parametis Dental at 203-459-8990. Visit us online at ParametisDentalGroup.com.
Elementary School. To compete in the football uniform relay.
The Trumbull Touchdown Club is the non-profit booster club that supports and enhances all levels of the Trumbull High School football program. Current football families and alumni are encouraged and invited to join, get involved, and support the team. Membership starts at just $60 per year. Contact the Eagles at administrator@TrumbullFootball.com for more information. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. All membership fees and donations are tax deductible.
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an extreme flash flood.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Talk to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. Get started today at ready.gov/plan. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait, communicate. Visit ct.gov/TESPP. Brought to you by Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his... By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
And Jane Ryan Elementary School.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket, you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. That's the scent of shopping success, because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
145 over 92.
180 over 111. I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest, and then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Your daughter doesn't want to talk about it.
The offense is doing really well, but of course they have to score. I think they were having great success with the passing game.
And Greenwich will receive the second half kickoff on the kick for the Eagles, number 10.
Defense has to tighten up quite a bit. They've played well, but they've played inconsistently. They got to tighten that lineup and stop that running
Number
game.
30, Hunter Clark. And number 3, Cage Lashley.
All right.
Overall, they're playing very well.
Third quarter begins with a return from inside the 10. Cuts back, still going across midfield. He is taken from behind, but dives to the 45-yard line. What a good run for Greenwich to begin this half. And I think we see it a lot when you take a look at these matchups that are really labeled more lopsided, like Ludlow versus Darien or Trumbull versus Greenwich. You see it usually is very close in the first half, but it becomes more lopsided in the second half as they're going to move the Cardinals all the way back.
I believe I got a block in the back there. Yeah, personal foul. And that's going to go back to that number 30 again, Hunter Clark. That kid's 6 foot, 185. That's a big boy.
So a ball that was originally returned to the 45-yard line is now going inside the 15.
Which is
just outside the 10. That is huge.
That's a huge gain for Trumbull. Huge vote of confidence there, especially coming off their last defensive stop. I like
great
it.
Field position
I like
for
it.
Trumbull.
And they're going to go right back to Clark again, but they got him in the backfield. Colby Levinson, number 55 on the tackle for a loss.
Tackled on the play by the Eagles, number 63, Anthony DiSabella.
Can't discredit number 63, though. Anthony DiSabella was there with Levinson as well on the tackle. Beautiful job by the both of them. 2nd and 13 for the Cardinals now.
2nd down and 13. The ball's on the 10.
They're going to go, and the quarterback rolls out. He's going to take it himself. Phenomenal job. Number 70.
Number 7, James Rinello.
What did we get on the tackle there? That was a great job by Reed. He snuck him out right there.
By the Eagles, number 63, Anthony DiSabella.
DiSabella on the tackle again, 63. Phenomenal job.
3 and out would be huge here.
That would be great. That would be phenomenal. Great way to start off the second half. These boys are pumped. I saw them walking in. They're ready. They're not ready to give up.
They know they can play with them.
Most teams will roll over at this point.
3rd down and 10, so Greenwich did end up gaining a little bit of yardage. Man in motion out of the backfield.
Got a big. They're going to go deep to Barber.
No, they're not. They're going short. With Mason Muir, he slides and catches.
That was a phenomenal job by Rinello there, though. He had me fooled. He was looking downfield for the deep ball. And he ended up turning into a short pass, but he gained
first down.
About 15 yards on that. And Rinello's going to go back to the pass again. Quick pass to number 12.
First down.
That's Camizio, it looked like.
Number 2,
number 7,
Camizio. Kobe Camizio, yep.
Camizio got the screen and was able to work with it. Another conversion, back-to-back conversions.
Greenwich on the
for
41.
Down and 10 for the Cardinals.
Trumbull's going to make some substitutions here. They got to get back into the groove. They can't let this go here. They're going to go back to Clark. Phenomenal job. Great job.
Smothered him.
DiSabella back there again. As well as 60,
Hitting the backfield
65, 56, my apologies. That's Connor Smith.
Loss on the play, 2nd down and 11.
Beautiful job by Smith there. I believe he's a sophomore as well. Beautiful job there. He made a nice tackle. And that's going to drop him for another loss. Fumble on the play.
Buried him.
And they got him. Rinello hung on to it just barely as number 12, L.J. Chambriello, just missed grabbing that out of his hands. And Rinello's going to get dropped for another loss there. It's going to be 3-yard loss.
Big 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 14, another one. Trumbull's got to buckle down here. They let the last one slip away from them.
Got to get this one.
Last one slipped away. Defense has got to buckle down. This offense is ready to go out there. Riley's ready to go.
Pass. Deep pass.
Levinson, that's going to be a hole. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Phenomenal job.
Defense.
Phenomenal defense by number 13, Nolan Shea.
Beautiful.
He broke up the pass.
Perfect pass broken up.
I thought there was going to be a penalty there as the tackle literally threw Colby Levinson.
His timing was awesome. Great defense.
Nonetheless, phenomenal job there. And it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to punt. Ray Leonzi's going to go back to return. 4th and 14 for the Cardinals in their own territory.
On about the 40. Less than 40.
Cardinals going to
And
punt.
they're going to punt it. Direct punt. Leonzi's going to return it.
Not a great punt, and nice return.
And he gets about a gain of 6 on the play.
Decent field position.
Decent, yep, very well.
Good start for Trumbull.
Beautiful job as this offense is going to take over 1st and 10. They didn't get the stop on the deep 3rd down.
But the defense really tightened up
phenomenal
on
job
that
to come back
on the second series.
and make that second 3rd down stop.
Beautiful. Good field position for Trumbull from their 41.
They're going to start out in a pistol formation here. Three receivers set with 2 running backs. And Riley's going to pitch it to number 21, Malik Green.
Crushed.
And he's taken into the backfield. He's going to lose a couple on the play, though. Trying something new here with this new look offense. They went back to the 3 receiver set with 2 running backs. Haven't seen that yet. They went to it once, but they audibled out of it. It's all going to be based on what this defense shows. If they're going to load the box, Riley's going to call out on most of his plays here tonight. See, they already go back to the 4 receiver set. 2nd and 12 from their own 41. And he goes deep for Atherton, just out of his reach.
A little bit long.
Atherton had him beat there.
Yeah.
3rd down and 12.
Could have
He
been a
was
touchdown.
open. Barber was there for the coverage, but he would have made the tackle probably. But it would have been a huge gain for Trumbull there. They really needed that one. And now it's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 from their own 39. Trumbull needs a big play here. That defense made a huge stop.
They need to move the ball. They need that 1st down.
They go back to the trip set. And they're going to load the box for Greenwich. I would throw the slant here. And they're going to go deep for Atherton. Oh, for Leonzi. And no flag. Leonzi made the catch, though. That was phenomenal.
That's unbelievable.
I thought it was incomplete. That was one-handed grab. That was phenomenal job. Ray Leonzi. I was looking for the pass interference call because I thought it was incomplete. And Leonzi shocks us all with a one-handed snag.
Unbelievable.
What a play by Ray Leonzi. Riley had all the time in the world there, and now he gets him into Greenwich territory. Huge 3rd down play. They load the box again, and Malik Green takes the ball.
He's
breaking out.
Off to the races.
He's going to have
touchdown.
That's going to be a touchdown.
All right.
For Malik Green. And they're right back in this, folks.
It's a game.
Malik Green just took it for 41 yards. And that offensive line, what a hole.
What a hole. You could have driven a truck through it, as they say.
As an offensive lineman, we can't stand when running backs cut it out because the hole is there. And phenomenal job for Malik to read that hole and hit it. That was a great read. That was awesome.
Great read by a running back there.
You guys missed so much in the offseason.
And the point after attempt from Illy is good. It is. We have a game
It's
here.
a game.
We got a game here in the bowl, folks. At McDougal Field.
Now
It is 14-7. This defense is hyped up. This team is hyped up.
The defense got to crush them on this series, and that would be huge. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like I said before, they're all these kids, they're all human. They're all teenagers. They can do it.
But there's no
Everybody
quit.
is
No
beatable.
quit in Trumbull.
No quit.
Do it on a break.
That was a phenomenal job, phenomenal drive, all capped off by Ray Leonzi with the one-handed catch. That none of this is possible without Ray. That was that 3rd down and 12 there. And he gained 15. It was phenomenal, and that set up Malik for the 41-yard run. Defense, that was huge. Beautiful job.
Both
Coach
sides.
B has to be very happy. The game is far from over here, folks, but we have a game on our hands.
And number 31, Jake Schroeder.
This offense is going to take it under the tent to watch that again, and they should be very happy, but not content. You can't be content with that.
Not with
And here
not
they
with
come.
this team.
Nope. As Clark's going to take it again, but
Nice
he's not going to get
defense.
that. As that special teams comes
Special
in.
teams
huge.
again.
7 heads to the ball. That's fundamental football there, folks.
Hats off to special teams.
That's something you learn at 7 years old in Pop Warner. Everybody to the ball. Everybody to the ball.
You got it. You got it. If you can get a piece of them, get a piece of them.
As this defense comes out, they're hyped up. Malik Green is back out there. No break for him tonight. He's ready to go. He's amped up.
That's what we want to see.
His break was last week. He's ready to go. And this defense is set up. They're going to come back out in that trips tight end set, and number 12 is going to take
Gotta
the
string
ball.
it out.
They're going to run it again.
No, he got around the end. It's
huge run for number 12.
And a big save.
Yeah, what a run by Colby Camizio. It runs in the family. His brother Tyson, unbelievable superstar last season. Colby comes in this year and picks up where Tyson left off. What a crazy run that was.
Ray's got to get deep here. He's leaving Barber open, and Barber's going to break free. And Canizio's back at it again.
Inside the red zone for Trumbull. What a run for Colby Camizio.
Trumbull D needs to make a stop here. They got to make a stand.
Tackling play by the Eagles, number
Yes, big time.
21,
Greenwich answered partly, and Trumbull's got to answer right
First
now.
down and 10 for the Cardinals.
This happens quite often that you see teams like this catch a big break when they lose it. And Clark with the ball again, he's a house. That kid brings it all the way down to the inside of the 5-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Cardinals from the Eagles 3.
First down and goal for the Cardinals.
Trumbull needs a huge goal line stop here. Just as they were getting back into it, Greenwich climbs right back in. They need a big stop here. And they're going to go back to Clark again. And they had him beat, but he breaks free.
Right.
And they're going to give him a touchdown.
Cardinals touchdown scored by number 30.
They had him, but he kept the legs moving.
He was beat. He was in the backfield for -2 there. That was going to be a big loss for them. And he breaks it free.
Trumbull can't let down now.
For those of you who are just hopping in, Greenwich lost starting running back, Captain Spencer Hartley, just a few short plays into the game, and they've had no stopping since, and we're going to take a commercial break.
5:32 remaining in the third quarter. Cardinals 21.
This is Officer Wes Bartosik of the Trumbull Police Department and SRO at Hillcrest Middle School. You are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Bridgeport Sound Tigers, New Britain B, NFT Fundraising.
ACBI is the largest privately held insurance broker in Connecticut, specializing in personal and commercial insurance. Contact Sean Rabinowitz today at 203-418-4192 or visit him online at acbi-ins.com.
And we're back, folks. Like I was saying, Greenwich there, they lost Hartley just a few short plays in, but very disposable at the running back position. Hunter Clark, the house, more of a fullback type, but he's doing a phenomenal job. I haven't seen someone as big as him since Ben Mason out of Newtown. He's fullback in Michigan now. Phenomenal job. But they're also using Kamizia, who's a wide receiver, but they've been utilizing him with the running, and he's doing a phenomenal job as well. This Greenwich coach, he's new, but he knows how to utilize his players well. Absolutely, absolutely. I think any new coach that comes into Greenwich inherits a great program, just in general. It's only up to them. And now we got sophomore Owen Solano
drops the
ball,
ball,
and he fumbles. There's a scrum for it. It looked like Solano fell back on top.
Hopefully Trumbull gets it. They had a few Trumbull players near the ball.
And Greenwich is claiming they got it.
Trumbull on the play, recovered by the Cardinals.
And they do. The Cardinals able to get a big recovery. Trumbull certainly was slow to come off the high of that touchdown, and that is the shortcoming of a lot of these younger teams in the league. Not just Trumbull, teams that come in and they're right with them. They were down. Trumbull could have intercepted a ball and tied the game. That's how close it was, but they got a little ahead of themselves, and now it's 21-7. Likely more points on the way.
They need one of those big stops again, yeah.
Ranello sets up with a man off to his left hit. He gives it straight down the middle. He cuts to the outside and is dragged down in the end zone. Hunter Clark for the score, and Trumbull is now trailing 27-7.
One-man wrecking team here.
They have not utilized any of their big playmakers tonight, and they've gone to a backup who has taken over this game. This is unbelievable. I thought with the loss of that running back that we'd see a much, different offense out of them.
They set up for the PAT. Trumbull nearly got to it, but it is up and good. It's 28-7 Greenwich, absolutely running the Eagles out of McDougal Stadium. We're back in a little bit on the Trumbull Eagle Network.
This is First Selectman Vicky Tesoro, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
What a shame.
Visit Paramenis Dental Group at our new state-of-the-art office at 105 Technology Drive right here in Trumbull, where we promote healthy teeth and gums for the whole family. Call Paramenis Dental at 203-459-8990 and visit us online at paramenisdentalgroup.com.
And we're back, folks, as Trumbull's going to look to get back on the board here, recover from that last touchdown that they fumbled on, which gave them excellent field position for Greenwich, and they easily scored in one play. Let's see how the offense reacts here. If we can get another score, that they're right back in it. 3-score games are tough, but yeah, this is going to come down to who's the better conditioned team at the end of the day, because both teams are exerting a lot of energy at this point.
All right, so Ben Howarth kicks off. It's returned from inside the 10. Cuts to the outside and is hit at the knees. He goes head over feet into the pile with 5:04 left in the third. 28-7, the Cardinals on top, and the Golden Eagles, after losing very quickly that last possession. Will get a chance to revamp it here midway through this third period. It was a Trumbull offense that was surging on their opening possession of the quarter. They marched all the way down the field. Best offensive possession of the night, and they scored their first touchdown of the game. Again, they put a man in the backfield, 3 receivers near side, and it's going to go short. It's caught by Kyle Atherton, gets a few yards after the catch. And it is good enough for a first down. The chain gang is moving.
Marked at the 28-yard line, 2nd down and 1 for the Eagles.
Yeah, we got 2nd and short here, but Riley's got plenty of time. It doesn't seem to be a defensive line issue for him tonight. And this offensive, nobody was set.
3 to the near side. Flags go flying everywhere.
It's getting intense down there between that O and D line. A lot of shoving, a lot of talking. Trumbull's going to take a hit there, though. It'll bring up 2nd and 6
for the Eagles.
It's what kept them out of the first half. They brought them back in the first. Greenwich played against themselves. They gave up a huge penalty, and they weren't making any plays, and Trumbull capitalized, and shortly just they lose it.
Here's a short throw again.
Good fight.
One
Good
of their
push.
receivers got it, didn't get a number. He dives in, he does get a first down.
That's Atherton. Again, that's Atherton over there.
Good second effort. That's the first down.
They make a mistake, they come back and they made up for it. Phenomenal job.
Playing pretty well.
It's a good night for him to come in and get some good carries. Man in the backfield, only 1 receiver to the near side, totally overthrown. Total miscommunication on the offensive end for Trumbull.
Coach Moore is not happy with Dante Valentino.
There wasn't a guy within 20 yards of that football.
Valentino was looking for a short hook there.
I think what happened was he got hit and decided he was going to turn in, see if the Trumbull quarterback would hit him.
I don't know. I think Valentino could shake.
It was
Barber
a miscommunication on either end. I think we can agree on that.
Definitely miscommunication, but I think Valentino, if Barber's going to keep playing man on him, they need to find him deep. Valentino's got to get on the same page as Riley here.
3.5 left.
He's got him
Empty
beat
backfield.
again.
He heaves it to the near side. But incomplete. Leonzi was the closest receiver.
Little long.
The ball went out of bounds, too. He threw it a little too far. Leonzi could have made the catch, but it was out of bounds, so if he had made the catch, it wouldn't have counted. So Trumbull now sets up for a 3rd and 10 from their own 32. Not the best situation for the Eagles, who are trying to make this a 2-score game. It's 28-7 as we thank you for tuning in here on the Trumbull Eagle Network.
About 3:24 left in the third.
Yes, we always forget our good friends from New York City and anywhere else you may be watching our video stream online tonight. We'll try and get that for a few more games. Simpson is going to hit his man on the near side. That's number 15, Kyle Atherton. He caught it, immediately dropped.
A lot of pressure on Riley on that play.
He will only end up picking up 3 yards. It's now 4th and 7 from the 35. 34, I beg your pardon. We're inside 3 minutes left in the third. And Trumbull is going to punt again. Greenwich only sending 1 deep.
Atherton is the captain, correct?
Greenwich trying to draw them off sides.
They barely get the punt away. It bounces before Clark gets a chance to return. And it's hit at the 40, and that's where Greenwich picks up again. Looking to just continue to add on to this already big lead. We're back in a bit. It's 28-7. The Cardinals lead. It's Trumbull Eagle football.
Hello,
on
this
the
is Coach
Trumbull Eagle
Tobish, head coach of the Trumbull Lady Eagles girls basketball team. This is 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
We welcome you back to Trumbull High School. First play of the new drive, and it's a pass caught all the way inside the 30-yard line. Trumbull really collapsed defensively on that play.
I think they've collapsed altogether in these last three drives. The defense, they really got to get their heads up. I was pointing out before, Atherton got up kind of slow, but he walked off the field with his head down. It's more of a frustration thing. He needs to keep his head up. His younger players are looking at him for that, especially as a captain. You can't show defeat so early in the second half.
Rinello sets up with a man off to his left hit, and he takes the snap and gives it to his running back. Strike down Broadway, breaks the tackles inside the 15-yard line.
Hunter Clark
minute
again.
52 left as Hunter Clark has just been a one-man wrecking machine at the running back's position.
What's he at for yards tonight?
Hunter Clark, 30.
That's unbelievable.
Well, that's how you do it.
I wish
a minute
I had him on my fantasy
37
team.
left. It's
Broken up. The
Don't
pass
we
play
all?
broken up.
He'd be better choice than Joe Mixon at this point.
better choice than a lot of NFL players at this point.
How do you view this now as the rest of the season goes on, seeing there's not a serious injury over there to Hartley? How do you have a phenomenal running back here who is also, I believe, a senior as well? It just goes to show you how deep this team is.
Pass into the end zone.
A touchdown as they go straight down Broadway to Matt Pick.
Number 18, Matthew Pilt. From number 7, James Rinello.
And Pilt puts it in the back of
touchdown.
the end zone. It's now 34-7. They really could use some sort of offensive possession. Minute 28 left. Snap down, kick good. And it's 35-7. We're back in a bit here on the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Hi, this is Mars Petraccio, the head football coach for the Trumbull High Eagles, and you're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket, you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. Ah, that's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Back here at Trumbull High School, McDougal Stadium. A minute 28 left in the third. Aiden Blank, our entire Trumbull Eagle Network crew on hand. For week number 2 of the Connecticut High School football season, we've got scores rolling in. East Haven leads Brookfield 14-0. A very low-scoring matchup there with 6:08 left.
That's shocking. I thought Brookfield was on the higher end of that.
They
SW.
usually are, yeah. They're between the Class M and S teams, they usually are a state championship team.
Yeah.
Received just outside the 10, goes down the middle, and is absolutely clobbered by Trumbull's number 82, Seguio Stephan. So Stephan Seguio with a huge tackle, and Trumbull will once again start in their own zone.
Trumbull also made a change in the return game as well. It looks like they put Billy Colbert in there instead of Owen Solano.
Billy, remember, had
phenomenal for the absence of Malik Green.
Valley Regional and Old Lyme, our first final of the night, defeats Rocky Hill Cromwell Portland 21-0. Well, there you go. I will get a chance to see Fairfield Prep in probably the biggest game of Ludlow's season currently next week. Ludlow will play Prep next Saturday. So I'll be here on Friday.
That's shocking. I really thought I didn't realize that Newtown still had that advantage.
Newtown, member, was in the Class LL semifinals last year.
Yeah, but they lost.
They were the ones that beat Darien. And clearly they've returned enough to be able to still compete. Fairfield Prep is down 2. Yeah, Fairfield Prep was down 2.
They were the other semifinalists.
They were, yes.
They lost to
Greenwich,
New
Canaan,
yeah.
Newtown, and Fairfield Prep. A run to the outside. It's given to Leonzi. He'll pick up very little yardage.
Strung it out to the sideline.
Berlin 41 and Bulkley 0. A final Naugatuck 53-0 over Crosby. Shelton defeated East Hartford 29-7. Shelton could be right back where they have been in the state semifinals.
Kind of shocked. They were almost lost it last week against West Haven.
Remember, they were the best team in the state last year.
Yeah.
They beat Darien. They were better than Darien, New Canaan, and Greenwich.
That's incredible.
They were the #1 team in the state. They lost to New Canaan in the opening round. But they were the #1 seed.
Yeah, but they got trumped too by New Canaan. It wasn't a close game. Yeah.
And now here's a special message from our Trumbull High cheerleaders.
Well, from what I can see right now, it looks like a lot of these guys are hanging their heads. They're giving up. That's something that you didn't see for 3 quarters of play. These guys came out heads high. There was fight. There's no fight right now. There's no offensive gain. No defensive stopping. They really got to buckle down. The game is a little out of reach, but anything can happen. Greenwich scored 2 touchdowns in 1 minute and 30 seconds. If Trumbull can make some plays here, this game it's not out of reach if you can put together a couple of quick scores.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, this team could go far.
They could.
This team has a very good chance. Honestly, I'm going to be totally honest. Walking away from that first scrimmage, I figured this team be lucky if they get 4 wins. They have totally changed their approach. They found their position players. Their defense has improved a whole lot.
Speaking of, though, what is the score to the Massac game right now? Last time wow.
An interception just beyond the 30-yard line.
And that's just bad luck right there.
Yeah, that may be the nail in the coffin. Any comeback chances may be squashed at this point.
Valentino bobbled the ball, and the Greenwich defender just made a phenomenal catch. No, absolutely not. That was right in the breadbasket of Valentino. He just couldn't hang on, and the defender for Greenwich made a great play on that. But Massac was down 21-14 at half against Windsor, who was also a very good program.
Well, I can tell you nothing much has changed in the Southington-Darien game. Southington ended up getting a safety, so it's 18-2 now with about 3 minutes left. Not much is, 3:30 in the third quarter. A near interception on a pass down the middle.
Deflected off that receiver. That could have just been a 1-for-1 there, but Trumbull wasn't in the range of making that interception.
Second down and 10.
Canadian football. He sets up with a man to his right on 2nd and 10, airs it incomplete. Wouldn't have even been back to the line of scrimmage had he caught it.
Cardinals pass once again falls.
Joe Barlow beat Jonathan Law 34-0.
3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals.
It's a little short of what he was last week with the, what was it, 2-6? Yeah, that's tough. But you know what? This is a learning experience. This, you know, like we said before, very young team. They're only losing 14 seniors next year, and only about 3 or 4 of them start. So this is huge. And this is great that this game is so early in the season, though, because, you know, they still have Darien, New Canaan, and St. Joe's left. If they can win out the rest of the season, or even lose one game to one of them,
good defense.
That's a huge win. You know, that they are very much well in the playoff picture as any one of these better teams in the state. You know,
and the Eagles will take over on downs with 11:26 remaining in the game.
It's first down and 10 for the
Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the defender basically shoved him out of bounds, or shoved him and made a miss. I think that's what happened there.
We were all excited at the beginning of the game with the return of Green, but he's only touched the ball 5 times. Total of 46 yards. They got that long touchdown run. He's not going to
5 yards, 5 yards. I mean, I guess that could contribute to why the defensive line here for Greenwich hasn't been a huge.
Man off to his left hit. It was given to his running back, Billy Colbert, who got absolutely clobbered in the backfield. I'll tell you what, Trumbull kind of reminds me of Fairfield Ludlow last year. Watching this team, they've got good talent. They've got college-level talent. But they're not. They're middle of the pack. They're gonna beat. There's 2 teams in this league that they're gonna play. They're gonna play the really good guys like St. Joe's, Greenwich. They're not beating those teams, but they're gonna beat up on just about everybody else.
But St. Joe's is a whole different story when it comes to Thanksgiving.
That's true. That game, you can kind of throw records out the window. I almost forgot that that's your rivalry game.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 15.
You guys saw it a couple of years ago, not last season, but the season before. St. Joe's won a state championship, but going into the playoffs, they got stomped by Trumbull on Trumbull's turf. 16, I believe, yeah. And Trumbull was an underdog by a lot.
And to his right, hits split receivers, airs it to the near side, complete.
Eagles pass complete to number 17, Ryan Quinn.
The senior Ryan Quinn, he's one of those seniors they're talking about.
Ball spotted at the 30-yard line, 4th down and 8 for the Eagles. Back to punt number 89, Ryan Teixeira. And back to return for the Cardinals, number 33, Jonathan Alexander.
Yes.
So I contacted athletic director Mike King to let him know, and he said, no, we did that on purpose. We wanted to rub it in a little bit. And he left it on the whole holiday weekend.
I love that, yeah. Hey, but, you know, there's just one thing about St. Joe's, and the turkey just doesn't taste the same if you don't win.
Aired incomplete to the near side, and no, it was complete. It was a punt.
That was a punt.
And the Eagles were down the punt at the 38-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals.
We have 9:40 left in the 4th quarter.
Fans, don't forget we sold the winning ticket for the Trumbull High School Cheerleaders St. Jude fundraiser raffle. Ticket 775-144. 775-144.
Norwalk's supposed to be very good this year. They're kind of the wild card. A lot of people are very concerned about them, because, especially the Cardinals, because they're a team nobody really knows a ton about, because these kids are supposed to be all kids that played freshman JV. They're young kids. And when you get a team of young kids like Trumbull, they can come in, they can surprise people because you have no film on them.
And Trumbull sees that in a couple weeks in a rematch of a game Trumbull
That they should have won.
Only 3 receivers, 2 to the near side. It's a give. Right into the pile goes number 33, Jonathan Alexander.
Number 33, Jonathan Alexander. Tackle on the play with the Eagles, number 63, Anthony DiSabella. Second down and 8 for the Cardinals.
I don't believe I made it to that one, unfortunately. But last year's team did show a lot of promise. And which is what really excites me about this team, especially being so young.
He thought about passing, but gives it to a sprinting Alexander down the middle. There were flags.
It's going to get brought back on a holding call.
So Trumbull gets a do-over. At this point in the game, guys, are you just trying to treat this like
I'm trying to
free
just
football? Don't get injured. It's practice.
I'm trying to put some more points on the board.
You're still trying to win the game?
Not win the game, but put some points on the board.
Yeah,
okay, make it competitive.
Yes, absolutely.
You have to be competitive no matter what the score is because it carries over to the next week.
Or do you go inside the mind of Mars Petrosio and think, hey, if we let them, if maybe not stop trying, but if we kind of slow it down on offense and start running the clock more and let that scoreboard read 35-7, teams start overlooking that. And that's how you surprise other teams. A big run for Alexander, busting all the way through to the secondary to the 49-yard line.
Jonathan Alexander. Stopped on the play the Eagles, number 19, Jack Gregory.
They're deep at this running back position. Yes. Well, that's what the back of the jersey looks like with big red on the back. It's not exactly noticeable.
Here's a sweet
handoff to 33.
Alexander for the 4th straight play, and he's down to the 35.
Looks a lot like Hunter Clark.
Alexander. Tackled by the Eagles, number 21, Malik Green. First down and 10 for the Cardinals from the Eagles' 35-yard line.
You know, when you play Central, you're not getting better by playing a team like Central. But you're going to keep fighting in this game because you're going to learn what you can do and see what you can do against Greenwich.
Exactly. That's why I said this is a huge learning curve for the boys. You know, they still have Darien. They still have New Canaan, Norwalk. You can't overlook Norwalk. Danbury. They have a Division I. They got a Division I left tackle going to BC. Yes. No, for Danbury.
Wow.
Danbury, yes, the Hatters.
So the theme of this week, guys, has been blowouts. 51-12, Killingly beats Capital Achievement. Now they go with play action. It was
Almost
right
picked.
into the hands of the Trumbull defender. Malik Green had it, but he couldn't hang on, and it will be 3rd and 3.
Down and 3 for the Cardinals.
Sheehan is up 50-32. Weathersfield leads Platt 14-7.
That's a good game. Platt was, I think, favored to win that game.
3rd and 3 from the 27. He will give to Alexander, sidesteps and has a burst of speed, breaks a tackle, and stiff arms a man to the end zone. The Cardinals hit 40 on the night. It's 41-7 Greenwich, and all these points coming here in the 4th, or in the second half at least.
I believe so, yes.
Yes. So the clock is going to run. 5:58 currently left on it. When Greenwich kicks off, should they make this extra point, then there's a kickoff. And they will. And we're going to take a break. We're down to a running clock. It's 41-7 here on the Trumbull Eagle Network.
You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Visit Paramenis Dental Group at our new state-of-the-art office at 105 Technology Drive right here in Trumbull, where we promote healthy teeth and gums for the whole family. Call Paramenis Dental at 203-459-8990 and visit us online at paramenisdentalgroup.com. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is the nonprofit booster club that supports and enhances all levels of the Trumbull High School football program. Current football families and alumni are encouraged and invited to join, get involved, and support the team. Membership starts at just $60 per year. Contact the Eagles at administrator@trumbullfootball.com for more information. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. All membership fees and donations are tax deductible.
All right, we're on to a running clock, and we welcome you back to Trumbull.
Back to return for the Eagles, number 1, Ray Leonzi.
Cardinals are home
22,
next week
Billy
to
Colbert.
Trinity Catholic Wright Tech. We'll get a chance to talk about that co-op. Yes. Slipped my mind, it's late.
4 straight home games.
That is pretty crazy. A return from just outside the 10, busts his way to the 20 and gets a little pass there all the way to the 30, and that's where Trumbull's going to take over.
Eagles, number 22, Billy Colbert. Eagles will start this drive first and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 5:33 remaining in the game.
The Golden Eagles will look for, or the Eagles rather, will look for maybe one more touchdown.
That was one of Coach McDougal's pet peeves.
I was told, yes. And I also told you, let's just count how many times I just say that tonight.
Coach McDougal rolls over to refer to the sports thing.
The marching band was terrific, though. Great halftime performance.
Awesome.
A handoff for the man
Nice
in the
hard run.
backfield. Good run.
Nice effort. That's what you want to
To
see.
the outside, yeah.
No matter what the score.
They're competitive. Trumbull is not a bunch that just lays down. Crowd beginning to file out here at McDougal Stadium. We're back with you next week. 7 o'clock game time?
7 o'clock game time.
7 o'clock game time.
Next week's episode of X's and Petrossi Oaks at about 6:55.
Video stream will be on Jeff's YouTube channel.
Yeah, we'll get that set up on Trumbull Football for you.
Dodging tacklers to the outside, finally brought down. Don't even think he gained a yard. To the 29, so it looks like he may have lost a yard or two. Maybe 3rd and 11 because they were on the 30 and then they lost a yard. So 3rd and 11, 3:50 to go. Thank you for listening to Trumbull Eagle Football. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side with a tight end. And another run, maybe a yard. As the clock starts to wind down inside 3.5.
On the carry for the Eagles.
Coaches coming down out of their perch. You know, it wasn't a horrible game. A lot of these games, they always seem to go the same way.
4th down and 11
When a
for the
team is
Eagles.
heavily favored. It always seems to be close in the first half. And then it's slowly, and then usually all in the second half, it is all Greenwich or all Darien.
What's funny is the touchdown by Trumbull was the beginning. You know,
It was the beginning of the end.
you know, you thought all that momentum, but you can let young players can let down.
Do you think maybe Greenwich kind of like eased off a little bit, and then once Trumbull scored, they said,
That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think Greenwich kind of felt like they could sleepwalk.
Yep.
That's usually why these games are so close. The heavily favored team comes in and says, oh, it's Trumbull. We can probably sleepwalk through this. We could win this game with our hands tied behind our backs. And they sleep, and then usually by the second half, it's like, all right, let's take care of business. And within 10 minutes, it's 42-7.
But what?
Just took their first time out, coming right back in the second. Rich, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Trumbull is a solid team. That's my observation. And they're young.
Absolutely.
And they will improve. If they improve every week and learn not to let down after, a big play by the other team, they'll be fine.
I see Coach Cardinal walking over, talking with Ronnie on the sideline.
A punt received at the 40, off to the 48.
Nice tackle by Trumbull.
A very late flag.
Clock's still running again. We have a running clock even with the flag there.
Nice tackle by Cambriello.
Personal foul penalty against the Cardinals.
It's going to be against the Cardinals, so they will not indeed be back at the 48.
Is that a 15-yard penalty? They're walking
Wow.
a lot.
Yep, to the
32.
32.
Will bring the ball back to the 32-yard line. First down and 10
2
for the
minutes
Cardinals.
approaching.
So Greenwich has the ball on their own 32-yard line, far hash.
About 2 minutes to go.
Again, 42-7 Greenwich. So Trumbull did not play top-notch from gun to gun, but there were a lot of positive parts in this game that they can build on moving forward.
It's that inconsistency factor. They play great, then they let up a little bit.
Cardinals will take a knee.
That's what a young team does.
So the Cardinals are going to take a knee. They send in an extra man on defense, Owen Solano. Cardinals should only be 1 or 2 more knees, and then this game will be in the books.
Richfield leads New Canaan 7-0 on our out-of-town tour. That could be a big upset of the game.
2 great programs, right?
Yes. Richfield, Coach Moore, our offensive coordinators.
Are they home next week?
Couple of big games coming up on Saturday. Notre Dame of West Haven and St. Joe's.
Oh, that's a big one.
Glastonbury, NFA. That should be a big one, too.
It's interesting that there's 2 FCX schools with non-conference games.
Yes, so it is part of the new scheduling alliance, and Trumbull will be a part of that eventually. There are non-conference games basically every week. That's how Ludlow ends up playing prep for the first time in forever.
But if there's 2 conference games, why
Because they have to get in a certain amount of games because of the scheduling
Once
alliance.
again, thanks for coming out this evening. The Trumbull High School Cheerleaders St. Jude's fundraiser raffle raised $1,025. Thank you to all the fans who contributed. We also have another winning ticket, 775.
The positives are that, on any given play, Trumbull was even with Greenwich. But they're a young team, and they have to, you have to play your hardest on every play. You can't think of the last play. You can't score a touchdown and then forget about the game because the other team, like Greenwich, is coming right back at you. So you can't rest on your laurels for a second. They have to learn that veteran attitude, number one. And really on defense and offense, they just have to be consistent because there are so many positives on both sides of the ball.
A lot of things need to be cleaned up, but I think the biggest lesson for Trumbull right now is when they're on top of their game, they can play with the defending state champions.
Exactly.
Aiden, so why don't you take us out? We'll be back next week.
Yeah, we're back next week, 7 o'clock, same time, same place. I got a big week next week. Trumbull versus Trinity, and then I got Prep Ludlow coming up on Saturday. That's probably going to be the highlight of my weekend. Not that Trumbull won't be fun, but Prep Ludlow, 2,000 people on hand, should be a blast. For Greenwich, they get the win. They're 2-0. They're up next against Norwalk home at Cardinal Stadium next Friday at 7 o'clock. for Trumbull. They are now 1-1. They'll look to go to 2-1 as they take on Trinity Catholic Wright Tech. The co-op will get a chance to talk about that in X's and Petrasio's. So we are going to take, no, we're not going to take a break. We are done for the night. Your final score, 42-7. The Cardinals are 2-0, the number 1 team in the state, likely going to remain number 1 for a little bit more. For our entire Trumbull Eagle Network crew, we'll see you next Friday. Should be a good one. I'm actually very excited for it.